Peace, YouTube fam. It's your boy Zay coming back at you with another one. You did. You know what we do? We get right into it. So this video, I want to talk about how habits reflect your lifestyle. All right. And the reason why I want to talk about this, because over these past couple of days, I just seen like perfect examples of how habits reflect your lifestyle. So I was driving in the passenger seat the other day. I think it was yesterday. And I seen the guy, he was driving kind of real, kind of reckless. You know, had an old kind of beat up van. And even what he was eating, it was McDonald's fries. So from driving reckless to having kind of like a beat up car to even down to what you're eating, they all kind of align on a certain type of frequency. So that low habit of you eating, just a type of vibration of what you put into your body in terms of the food, is going to reflect the rest of your lifestyle and every other aspect without you even really realizing it. You know, because most people who got, and this is, I know y'all have seen the same thing, but I know me personally, what I've seen in my reality, majority of the time, the people who drive the craziest are the ones whose car is already messed up. So you have reckless driving habits, which reflect the reality of your car is messed up because of your habit of you driving wild. And you would think after these people car get messed up, you would think they would take a step back, like, okay, this is happening. Maybe this is happening because the way I drive. But they continue it. Which it keep bringing me back to my point. I'm convinced a lot of these people are NPCs, because I just think anybody with a natural responding brain would take a step and like, okay, I don't need to do that anymore. Because that's how I got to this place the first time, but clearly not. But just overall, when you understand that your habits reflect your lifestyle, you'll focus so much more attention on habits. Because habits is what make a person successful. What you do on a day-to-day basis. Even the things sometimes you don't want to do. Habits are those things that you just naturally do. So if you turn eating healthy into a habit, so naturally, subconsciously, you eat healthy. You turn working out into a habit, you naturally getting fit without you even really trying to. It's just, it became a habit. So when you have high level habits, you develop a high level lifestyle. You know, and a lot of people get so caught up on, you know, the affirmation. And the affirmation is cool and all, the affirmation, this and that. But once you start honing in on the type of habits you have and understanding and realizing and deciphering which ones you need to keep and which ones you need to do away with. You feel me? Or which ones you need to brushing up on. So it's interesting too, because I don't hear this talked about enough in terms of people focusing in on the type of habits they have. Habits isn't a bad thing. Habits is a good or bad thing. It just depends on the type of habit you're doing and how it's affecting your lifestyle. We all have habits, you know, and it's up to us to be accountable and being self-aware of, are these habits helping me or hindering me? You know what I'm saying? Are these habits helping me or hindering me? And once you make that depiction between the two, then that's when you start the process of, okay, I need to get rid of that. That ain't really, or I need to minimize that before I completely get rid of it. Because like I talked about before, sometimes you just need to minimize it first before you completely eliminate it. Sometimes it is that process that's involved. But acknowledging that it's there is the first and most important, in my opinion, because if you never acknowledge it, you just act like it's not there. It just continues and continues and continues. So you'll never get to the point of minimizing or obsoleting it if you never acknowledge it. if you never start on that problem, the process of the whole habit thing, you don't even get to the second or third step because you never started that first step. And I'm sure y'all have seen people who habits have affected their lifestyle. It's a direct correlation. The things you do on a day-to-day basis will dictate how your lifestyle will play out. For today, for how your lifestyle and your reality is for today is from the lead up of habits you've had in the past. What you're doing now, the habits you have now will lead up to the reality you will have in the future. It's all connected. None of this, our lives just don't plop out of nowhere and we just don't know how we got here. We got here in the situation most of the time because of, now it is times where other people have effects on where you ended up in life. But for majority of the part, you are wherever you took yourself. You are wherever you took yourself, So it always comes back to looking in the mirror. We was always looking for these quick fixes. And like I said earlier, these 5 things to say to manifest overnight. And it just don't work like that. I really wouldn't recommend getting so hyped up on those videos that, I'm not saying they don't have any truth in them, but to buy the notion that if I say these couple words overnight, it'll just be, you gotta do the work. Have to do the work on all levels, where it starts from discipline. Well, it don't start from discipline, but ranges from discipline to fixing your habits and structuring your habits how they need to be, to what you consuming. They all play a part. And they all connect. It's like a web. It all connects back to you in the center. So habits reflect your lifestyle. If you want a better lifestyle, focus in on trying to get better habits. Maybe step away from eating out all the time. You definitely should, especially with this economy. You definitely should be kind of, and if you are going to order out, you should at least be using something like, I'm not sponsored by Uber or none of that, but you should at least have the Uber One. If you order out a lot, you should be using the Uber One. Then you get your discounts and you'll be able to get about 2 meals. Stretch out. You'll buy a bulk meal. You stretch out to 2 meals for the next 2 days. If you was to eat out, but the best option to me is to, be getting your own food. But that just align with a habit. Or do you have a habit of making your own food, or do you have a habit of eating out all the time? Then if you plan to live on with these habits, you have to weigh the risk and reward, or the the pros and cons of each. Feel me? So, and let me finish off on this. If you're around people who don't have habits that align with you, distance yourself. I'm not saying you gotta completely just cut that person off. If you want to, I won't be mad at you if you did, because you gotta protect the energy, and I understand. But definitely distance yourself, because these habits will start to trickle over into you. So without you even knowing it. You feel me? That's how powerful and important the people we are around is. Because just like thoughts can transfer, habits can transfer. So if this person don't have the type of high level habit that you need to get to where you're going, and they start translating over to you, now you're putting yourself in a self-sabotaging position, because this person habits is kind of affecting your lifestyle in a sense. But because you feel like you should be around them because you've known them for a long time, or it's always been your friend, you're willing to allow yourself to be in a sabotaging position. Be in a position that's not helping you become your better self, not helping you elevate, not helping you continuously rise. And you know this and you see it, but you turn the blind eye to it. At the end of the day, you really only hurting yourself. You know, your habits reflect what type of person you are. You know, you got lazy habits, you got habits that scream irresponsible, that scream not reliable, that scream weak, that scream just mentally dead, or just not proactive. If you got these type of habits, you have to understand that your lifestyle is not going to be a fairy tale fantasy world. You know, some of these people with these type of habits be having this fantasy world in their head. It's just, how are you coming to this conclusion with, if you were really analyzing yourself and you knew what it took to get to that lifestyle, you would know that these habits that you have are not aligning with that future reality that you have in your head. It's a fallacy. I think that's the word. It's false. Either way, you get what I'm saying. Yeah. This is very important too. Because even within my own life, I can end it here. Because I think this is a pretty simple topic for people to grasp. Like, I don't know how else to say it. But just to end off with an example of me, you know, there's a lot of habits I had to change, man. I gave up smoking, definitely, at least for right now, for a couple months to come. It's been about a month and a half. I think going on 2 months. I'm just not even really interested in you know, and smoking, you know, marijuana. It's just not my thing right now. Just wasn't. I was paying attention to how it was making me feel, and it didn't feel like my higher self. You know, now, you know, the infused or the CBD products or the THC infused products, you know, it's kind of different because, like I said before, it becomes a different compound when you burn the actual marijuana. But just that, I changed my eating habits, how I eat, about a year and a half ago. A major change when I went vegan. For 2 weeks, I was kind of like, I'm not saying everybody has to go vegan to better your lifestyle. That's not what I'm saying. Or you get me. I'm just speaking on my personal experience. But I know when I went vegan, especially these past couple months, I've been more so raw vegan. I'm noticing how that habit alone has been monumental to just my overall mental health, physical health too. My workouts is ever since I went vegan about a year and a half ago, my workout's been 10 times better. So much more energy. I feel way lighter, and I'm still strong. I'm not as bulky as I used to be, but I'm still strong. My habit on becoming sexually disciplined turned into a habit of just not, and even to go into that, even when I'm out, you know, I see I kind of realize within myself that I don't look at, you know, a woman's butt when she walk past, like how I used to. You know when guys do, when a woman walk past, you'll look to see she got some ass. I don't really do that no more. I don't really be even interested into looking, you know, especially not going out of my way to, or turning my head or nothing like that. Like, if a woman walking in front of me, yeah, sometimes I may look, or sometimes I may not. You know, sometimes I purposefully not look to test my eye discipline. I might make a video on eye discipline soon, because that's very important to programming your neurological pathways and your mindset. Because just a little side tangent on that, most guys look just off a natural instinct, natural habit, just to, like, it's like you're programmed to look, because you've always done it. So sometimes I just purposefully not look. And that started to deprogram me from always feeling like I had to look at a woman's butt when she walked by. What else? And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with looking at a woman's butt, bro. I'm just saying that falls into another form of discipline. It's layers to discipline. I fell in love with this thing called discipline too. I just keep challenging myself in different ways, and they keep bettering me in different ways, on ways I never even, it'd be like little small things, like, oh, I'm better at this now. I done elevated at that now. So, what else type of habits I've kind of adapted? It's so many, but that's just a few. I don't want to drag this on too long. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Habits reflect your lifestyle. You want a better lifestyle, adapt better habits. If your lifestyle is not where it's at, start taking account on the type of habits you have, and there you will find the answer. Peace.